Steve Beasley with American Ironworks. Today we're going to be performing a test on our 1/2-inch stainless steel braided hose. Generally we will wrap tape in this area right here to create a barrier for the cable choker to start activating. On this particular hose, the customer is working with some high temperatures and they're interested in using a stainless steel worm clamp in this area here instead of the tape. So we're going to simulate a hose failure this morning. We have cut our fitting down in this area here. We'll simulate a fitting failure first, where once we pressurize it up, this fitting here will fail, the hose will propel out, and we'll see how the cable choker reacts. Our next test, we will come in right in this area here and machine this fitting down to where we're going to be simulating a failure to where the hose squirts out of the fitting. So this will be the first of 2 tests, and again we're simulating to see how the worm clamp reacts and if it moves. I will mark this area right here so that we can tell after the test how far the clamp has slid, if any at all. This is our CC 1/8 cable choker. This is the removable style. If you'll notice, we went around this area here twice and came back through with the U-bolt style clamp. Let's see how it reacts.
Fire in the hole!
Like the CC 1/8 held. I'll have to look at the pressure. It also looks like that it did not pull any at all. So where the worm clamp was installed is right where the cable choker started pulling. Today we're going to show the proper way to install the cable choker hose restraint on your stainless steel braided hose. This is a 1/4-inch hose. We're going to be performing a test this morning where we cause a simulated failure in the fitting area right here. We generally like to take tape and create a barrier on this around 3 times the outside diameter back from this crimped fitting. It doesn't have to be exactly 3 times. What we'll want to do is we take our electrical tape, any type of rubberized tape, and again we want to come like this, and we want to do 12 wraps directly on top of each other. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2 wraps right here. That way there's no chafing from the cable choker. So I'm going to bring it right over like this and do 1, 2, and then pull it loose. And if you can tell on this, see how we've created a lip? The hose is larger in this area right here. That way, when we install our cable choker on this here, we'll put our cable choker on our 2 wraps, and this lip will start the choking action of the cable. We're going to perform a test this morning. We're actually going to remove the tape and see how it grips without it. But standard practice in the field is we always want to add tape. This tape does 2 things for us. It lets the employee know to always put the cable choker on that side of the tape. A lot of times you will see a cable choker or any type of restraint in the field like this. The only thing you are protecting right here is the fitting area. And generally these hoses are failing right where they crimp in. So again, we want to place the cable choker on this side of the tape. And that lip right here really helps ensure that that cable choker starts its gripping action. Let's see how it performs. I have to look at the video to see if it grabbed in this area here. But again, I would recommend either putting a worm style clamp like this one here on there if you're working with high temperatures, or I would recommend running 12 wraps of tape. That always helps engage that cable choker. But the CC332 did a great job. It did pull up against this fitting here though, and I'm not sure if it did that after the hose wiggled around and the choking action stopped, or if it did it while. We'll have to try to look at the video and see if we can see if it grabbed here. But anyway, the CC332 performed very well. Pretty good test. Okay. I have to check the gauge to see what PSI we were at. Whip stop, frayed a few wires, but held the hose very nice. Scope this camera out. Fitting failed just like we thought in this area here. I'll have to look at the gauge to see what the PSI was. Whip stop hose restraint. Did a great job. Broke a few of the strands. Pretty successful.